I saw your face in the moon. I promise I'll be with you as soon as I find a way up.
Hey there, it's Crystal Everdeen, and today I want to share with you how I crocheted this cute pastel pink top. For this project, I'm using light pink yarn from the brand Crafter's Secret, as well as white yarn from the same brand, Crafter's Secret. It is 100% acrylic, and I do not know exactly how much yarn I'm going to be using in this project because this is scrap yarn, but I do know that I will be using a size 5mm hook. And the first thing that we're going to work on is the cup portion of the top. So I'm going to start off with my pink yarn and create a slip knot. Now for those of you who are new to crochet, I do have a Crocheting for Beginners video that is linked in the description box below, just in case you don't know what a slip knot is, or how to chain or go back on the chain, you're not familiar with the stitches. I cover that in the video that will be linked in the description box below. And I will also link some more beginner friendly tutorials in the description as well. And then you can come back to this one, and yeah. So anywho, after I created my slip knot, I'm going to chain 12. Again, we are working on the cups right now, so again, if this is too fast for you as well, I do have a dedicated video on how to crochet cups that will also be in the description box below. But since I made so many crochet top tutorials doing these exact same steps, I am kind of going to breeze past this. So again, if this is too fast for you, I do have much more beginner friendly tutorials in the description box below. But yeah, after I have chained my 12 chains, and the reason I chose 12 is because of my chest size, but if you are larger or smaller, you may need to chain more or less. But once I have chained 12, I'm going to back on it with a single crochet, making sure that I go into every single stitch until I reach the very end, and this is what the project should look like, very standard. So from here I'm going to chain 1, flip the project over, then go into the very first stitch of the new row. Again, very standard, something that you would normally do on pretty much any project. However, it will change once we get to the other side over here. So I'm just going into, again, every single stitch with my single crochet. And once I reach the very end of this row, again, it will look like a normal project, right? So this is what the project looks like, very standard, very normal. However, instead of working horizontally like we normally would, we're going to flip it like this and start working vertically. So from here, instead of going back down this way like we normally would, we're actually going to insert our hook into the middle right here and create 3 single crochets inside of that one stitch. So it's 2, and now this is the 3rd single crochet inside of that one middle stitch right there. So from here we're going to work our way down this way with a single crochet, then chain 1, flip the project over, go right back up, and every time we reach this middle stitch, we are going to crochet 3 single crochets. Then we're going to work our way down to the opposite side, chain 1, flip the project over, then go back up. Once we reach this middle stitch, we're going to single crochet 3, and then go back down to the other side, and so on and so forth until the cup gets larger and larger. And you'll know when you are done with your project once you put the cup against yourself and you're happy with the coverage. So again, I'm going to make my way all the way down the cup right here to reach the bottom. Then I'm going to chain 1, flip the project over, go into the very first stitch of the new row, and then work my way back up. And once I reach the top, I'm going to go into that middle stitch and crochet 3 single crochets. Now, a lot of questions that I get for crochet cups is, why is my cup curving? You see how my cup is, this is straight, right? And that is because I make sure to, 1, go into the very last stitch of every single row. That way I'm not skipping a stitch and decreasing. Also, I chain 1 at the end, and then when I flip the project over, I make sure to go into the very first stitch of the new row, which is very important because if you skip any of those steps, then you are going to be decreasing the number of stitches per row, and that will lead to your cup curving. So yeah, that's the number one question I always get. And yeah, I'm going to now finish off crocheting 3 single crochets inside of this middle stitch and continue with the pattern until I am happy with the size of the cup. And I know that was a very fast little tutorial for you, but again, I do have a dedicated video on how to crochet cups that's very slow and beginner friendly. But for those of you who are already familiar with how to crochet the cup, again, we're just going to continue with the normal pattern. However, you're going to stop about 5 rows away from where you normally would to complete your cup, and we're going to add the white detailing. So I will check back in with you once I am at that point. So after a few rows of following that pattern of going back and forth, you'll have something that looks like this. Again, depending on the size of your chest, it may be larger or smaller than mine. I'm more on the smaller side. So this is what it looks like so far. This is not finished. This is about 4 rows less than what I normally make my cups to be. And the reason I stopped here is because I want to add in the second color, which is white. So I'm going to be doing 2 rows of white, and I'm going to attach my new color right here, like so. And then just continue on with the same exact pattern that I've been doing with the pink yarn, but this time with the white. And I'm going to also be using a single crochet. You can totally use this as an opportunity to use a different stitch. Here I've done a couple of other projects where for the accent color or the little design on the cup, I use a different stitch and it looks really cute, but for this one I kind of want to keep it simple and just keep it as a single crochet the way the rest of the cup has been. But again, I just want to keep it simple, so I'm basically just doing the exact same thing as I was before. The only difference is that I'm using white yarn instead of a light pink, and it barely stands out, but I still think it's a really cute little detail. So yeah, I'm just going to make 2 rows of these. So once I get to the bottom here, I'm going to chain 1, flip the project over, and then make my way back to the other side where I originally started and where the pink yarn is still attached to the yarn ball, and I'm just going to switch the colors. So now that I've made my way back to the other side where I originally attached the white yarn, I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to the pink yarn. I know it's hard to see the difference between the light pink and the white because they're so close together, but this is the pink yarn now. So I'm just going to switch the colors back to the pink. Oh, and this is what the cup looks like so far. Another way you could design this top is you could actually make the white the outline of the cup, and you could just finish the cup right here. But again, I need to make my cup a little bit larger for me to be happy with the coverage, and I think that a cute little stripe would be the kind of design that I want for this project, so I'm going to go with that. And since I have attached my pink yarn again, I'm just going to continue with the same pattern of making my cup here. So I'm just going to single crochet my way up the rows of the white yarn, and this is what the project looks like so far. So you can see the white stripe against the pink. Again, I know that the colors are very similar. This pink is very, very light and it looks almost white, but I just like this little touch of detail, and I think it'll look cute overall with the rest of the design. So now that I've reached the other side of the cup, back where I originally started, I'm going to cut the yarn from the yarn ball, both the white and the pink, leaving some excess yarn. And then I'm going to take the excess yarn and bring them through the last loop just to seal off the project right here. And I usually tuck in the remaining excess yarn a couple of times, and then I leave it till the end of the project where I end up cutting it off. And I don't know why I leave it for last, but that's just something that I do. You can totally cut it off right now if you want to. But yeah, this is what the cup should look like. Something similar to this. Again, the size is going to depend on your body type. But this is what my cup looks like. So from here, you're going to do the exact same thing all over again. You're going to start off with your pink yarn. You're going to create a slip knot, and from that slip knot, you're going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then go back on that chain with a single crochet, and so on and so forth. And after you've recreated exactly what you did for the first cup, then we can move on to the body of the top. So now that I've completed my second cup, this is what the project looks like so far. Just 2 cups, mostly pink, with a white stripe consisted of 2 rows of single crochet, followed by 2 more rows of single crochet with the pink yarn. And now we're going to attach them both together. So I'm going to grab them both and place them where I would like them to be attached to. And then I'm going to take my hook and put it through the stitch where I want them to be attached to. Then yarn over, pull it through this cup, and then again through the second cup, and voila, they are attached. Yes, it is a kind of a flimsy attachment, but once we start working on the bottom of the cups, then it will become more sturdy. So with this, we could just leave it like this, and then we could go back on it and make this attachment again more sturdy. So this is what it looks like so far, and now I'm going to slip stitch my way over to one side, and it is going to be a tiny bit difficult because there aren't necessarily proper stitches to go into. You kind of have to just like find your own way over there. So I'm just going to again slip stitch my way over to one side, and the reason I am slip stitching my way over is because I don't want to make a row of, say, single crochet to only one side, because then it's going to forever be uneven whenever we're going like back and forth. So I do a slip stitch when I'm first going to one side, and then from there we'll start doing single crochets, and then everything will look more even. So yeah, this is what the project looks like so far. I'm just going to make it over here, and then I will get back to you. So now that we've made our way over to one side of the cups, so this is what the project looks like, and we've slip stitched our way over to one side. From here, we're going to chain as many chains as you need to cover from this side of your body to this side, and that's again going to be the part that wraps around your side and your back, and depending on your size and preference, you may need to chain more or less chains than me. I am chaining 15 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I've come to the conclusion that I need to do 15 chains through trial and error. So what I would suggest that you do is just chain a number of chains and then put the cups against yourself as if you're going to wear the top, and then see if that number of chains would be good for you. Make sure that it doesn't completely wrap around your like to your back, because you do need a little bit of a gap for the ties, or like the straps, the little corset thing that we're going to do. So again, make sure that the chain reaches from here to about right here on your body, and that's how many chains you need to chain for this part of the crochet top. And then after you've chained that number of chains, then you're going to go back on it with a single crochet, and once you've gone back on the actual chain itself, you're going to reach the cup again, and once you reach the bottom of the cup again, you're just going to crochet onto that part of the cup and just continue all the way across the bottom of the 2 cups here until you reach the other side, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to chain the same number of chains on this side. So for me, I'm going to chain 15, then go back on it and go all the way across the bottom of the cups, all the way to the other side of this, and so on and so forth for a number of rows. I'm making up this crochet top as I go along, so that's why I don't have like exact number of rows or anything. Plus, I never really keep track of the number of rows or stitches that I do anyway, so I do not know, and I can't give you exact numbers. Lastly, I like to make my tutorials so that you can make each of these tops for any body type that you are. So again, just go off of your body type and your preferences, and that's how many rows that you need to make or how many chains that you need to make. But yeah, so now I'm just finding my way through these stitches here and creating single crochets all across the bottom of the 2 cups to the other side. And then once I reach the other side, I'm going to chain 15 again. Okay, actually, so I've reached the part where I've attached the 2 cups, but because this is kind of flimsy, I want to make it stronger, so I'm going to reach across right here and make a single crochet like that. And once I do that, then you can tell that it's more of a stronger bond between the 2 cups, and I won't really have to worry about it being flimsy anymore. Of course, it's still a little bit flimsy because I haven't built the rest of the rows on top of it, but as you do, it'll be less floppy. You know how right now it's like flopping around as you crochet? Well, it'll be more sturdy once we finish up the body of the top. So yeah, anywho, I'm just going to reach on over to the end of the cup here, and then I'm going to chain 15 and then make a couple more rows of single crochet back and forth until I figure out where I want to put the first white stripe. So after a few rows, this is what the project looks like so far. I think I've only made 4 rows of a single crochet, and I believe that it would be cute to add the white in now. So I'm going to add a stripe of white by incorporating the new white yarn right here, and then just continuing to crochet with the white yarn now attached. And like the stripe that we made for the cups, it's going to consist of 2 rows with the white yarn, and then I'm going to switch it back to the white and probably do 2 rows of the pink yarn and then reattach the white again, and just continue making stripes that way until I'm satisfied with the length of the top. And yeah, that's pretty much the way that I'm going to do the body of the crochet top. And then after that, we get to attach the straps, and once we're done working on the straps, then we are completely done with the project. So yeah, I'm just going to again do 2 rows of the white yarn, and then I'll show you what that looks like once I'm switching over back to the pink yarn. Okay, so I've just created my 2 rows of white, and now I'm going to switch back to the pink and flip the project over and continue on working on the body. Again, I'm only going to do 2 rows of the pink, and then I'm going to reattach the white and then do 2 rows of the white. And I think that the small detailing of the white and the pink is going to look really cute. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. 2 more rows of pink, and then I'm going to switch to white and do 2 rows of white, then switch back to the pink, and then I will show you what that looks like. But for now, I'll show you what it currently looks like. So this is the project right now. Very strawberry vibes. I really like it. It's really simple and cute. So yeah, I'm just going to continue right here and then add another stripe. I'll probably end up adding 3 stripes in the end, because if I finish at just 2 stripes, I think that'll be too short. Again, it's totally up to you how long you want your top to be. If you want it to cover your entire torso, then you may want to do more rows. If you wanted a bikini top, then you don't have to do as many rows. For me, I would like for it to be a crop top that fits like right above my belly button, so I'm going to do as many rows as it takes for whenever I put the project against my body. It has the proper coverage that I want, and yeah, just checking in. So I've completed my second row of white, and this is what the project looks like so far. I think I miscalculated and actually thought that I was going to finish like right here, so just a couple more rows and that'd be done. But after putting it against my body, I do want this top to be much longer, so I may end up doing like a total of 4 stripes. That way I could be happy with the coverage, but again, totally up to you on how long you want this part of your top to be. Again, the longer it is, the more coverage you'll get. If I were to leave it like this, it would barely cover my ribs, so a little too short for me, so I'm going to keep going. And again, just switching from pink to white every 2 rows, so as you can see, my white one's still attached, and my pink one's right here. I'm working on it. So after I come back to this side, I'm just going to switch to the white, and then make 2 rows of white, and then switch to the pink, and so on and so forth until I reach the bottom, and then I'll show you how I make the straps. Okay, so I have successfully completed 4 stripes of the white, and this is what the project looks like. Again, this crop top goes down to right above my belly button, but if you want this to be a full top that covers your entire torso, then you may need to make it even longer. But this is what my top looks like, and I really like the way that it fits. So now that I'm happy with the width of the body portion of the top, now I'm going to circle back to the cups here by single crocheting my way up the side of the body portion of the top, and then single crocheting my way over here onto the cup, making a row of single crochet onto the cup right here until I reach the point. And then I'm going to make a very, very long chain of 150 chains, then go back on it with a slip stitch. Then I'm going to single crochet my way down and across to the other side, single crochet my way up, going to the top of this cup and chaining 150 chains, then going back on that chain with a slip stitch, and then finally single crochet my way down the cup, along this way, and down here to the other side of the crochet top. And then I'm officially done crocheting, and then the last thing we need to do is use those 2 straps that we created and make that corset design on the back. But another way you could do it, instead of single crocheting your way all the way up to the points and making the straps, you could just detach the yarn from the yarn ball, reattach them to the top of the cup, and then just make your straps that way. Also, the reason why the straps are so long, 150 chains on each one of these, is because they're not only going to serve as the neck straps, but also the back straps, and it needs to weave back and forth on your back. So that's why I'm going to chain 150 chains, but similar to the other parts of this project, it totally depends on your size and preference, and you may need to be doing some trial and error to know how long you need to make your chain. But for me, it is 150 chains, and that's good to serve as my back strap and my neck strap, and be able to crisscross back and forth on the back as well. And yeah, so I'm just going to single crochet over to the top of the cup, and then I'm going to create my straps. And the reason I like single crocheting to the points where I want to make my straps, instead of just detaching the yarn from the yarn ball and then reattaching it where I want to make the straps, is because, well, 2 reasons. I like going all across my top and kind of evening out these rough edges. See how this looks like nice and clean now, as opposed to say like this. It doesn't look bad, but I just like the clean edges better. And then also, I'm not a fan of detaching the yarn from the yarn ball very often. I don't know why. Probably actually because many times I tend to unravel my projects and then use the yarn for a different project. For example, this pink yarn is actually salvaged from me unraveling the heart sweater that I shared last month. And man, that heart sweater was a lot of work, but I ended up unraveling it actually. And now I'm using that same pink yarn for this new project. And for that one, I tried my best to not detach the yarn from the yarn ball as many times as possible. That way it would make it easier for me to unravel it. I think that's the main reason why I don't like detaching the yarn from the yarn ball for my projects. But anywho, so yeah, I've single crocheted my way from the bottom portion of the body of the top and then all the way up and across to the cup. And now I'm going to single crochet my way up the cup to the point, and once I'm at the point, I'm going to chain 150 chains. So now that I've reached the point of the cup, again, now I'm going to chain 150 chains. And after I chained my full 150 chains, I'm going to go back on it with a slip stitch. So after I've created my 150 chains, I've created a very long strap, and again I'm going back on it with a slip stitch, not only so I don't have to detach the yarn from the yarn ball, but also because if you just leave your strap as a chain, not only is it rather flimsy, but because it's so thin, it actually digs into your skin. So I always make sure to go back on my chains. So again, once I am done with this, I'm going to be down here, and then I'm going to single crochet my way back down and across to the other side and do the exact same thing, then single crochet my way over here, down here, and then be done. Woo! Okay, so I have finished crocheting the project, yay! So again, after I reached the points of each cup, I went ahead and chained 150, and then I went back on the chain with a slip stitch, and then once I was done with the second strap, I crocheted or single crocheted my way down here, across, down, and now I'm at the bottom, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to finally detach the yarn from the yarn ball. Actually, I think I showed you before, but I'm going to show you again. So I'm going to cut the yarn from the yarn ball and separate it so it doesn't confuse me. And then I'm going to put my hook through the last loop, then bring the excess through the loop and give it a tug, and that's how I complete a project. And again, I like to tuck it in at least once just to really secure it, and then I will cut the excess yarn later. I make sure also to keep all the little excess yarn pieces on the back side. So speaking of that, we're going to flip the project over to the back side, whatever side you think you don't want to show. For me, it's this side because I kept all the excess pieces of yarn on this side. So you're going to flip it so that the back side is facing you. Then you're going to grab one strand or one strap, and you're going to reach out over to the opposite side, and then you're going to put your hook through the top portion of the body of the top, and you're going to bring the strap through that stitch. It should look something like that. And then from here, you're going to take the same strap and you're going to reach it across to the opposite side, and this time you're going to attach it to the middle portion of the body of the top, and then you're going to bring that strap through that, and it should look something like this, crisscross. Lastly, you're going to reach across to the opposite side one more time, bring it across to the opposite side one more time, and stick your hook through a stitch that's at the bottom of the body of the top, and then you're going to bring the strap through, and you're done with one side. Then you're going to do the exact same thing but with the other strap and on the other side. So you're going to grab this strap, you're going to bring it to the opposite side, and you're going to attach it to the top portion of the body of the top. And then you're going to bring the strap through. Then you're going to take that strap and you're going to bring it over to the opposite side again and attach it to the middle portion of the body of the top, and then bring the strap through there. And then from here you're going to reach on over to the opposite side one last time and attach the strap to the bottom portion of the body of the top and bring the strap through that stitch. And after you've done that, then you are completely done with the top. Yay! So now you can go ahead and cut off all those excess pieces of yarn and rock this top. Yay, it's so cute. I really like the little subtle white stripes that this pink top has. I think it is very simple but very cute as well and perfect for springtime. And yeah, congratulations on finishing this top as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you like watching free crochet tutorials, I have so many of them. Again, I have all the beginner friendly stuff linked in the description box below, but then if you just check out my channel and search in the little search box crochet, you'll find so many playlists of all of my crochet tutorials ranging from beginner friendly to more advanced and a whole bunch of different projects. So yeah, if you love crochet, be sure to check out the rest of my crochet videos on my channel. And also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button if you have not already, so I can see you next time. Bye! And have a magical day.